So you look at a video like this with 30% retention, right? The moral of my story, before I begin the story, is that for years, even though we knew about the importance of all the different metrics, because Mr. Beast was sharing that he was getting 70% retention, there became this whole thing of what your goal with the video is, that you want to check 70% retention. So, and you forget, even though you say it every day, that what matters is watch time, not percentage viewed, but watch time. Do you understand? Watch time. We say it all the time, but and it's because Mr. Beast has a lot of influence on how creators think. And because Mr. Beast was just talking about how 70% retention was the percentage that was giving his video viral. Well, how much watch time is 70% of that video? Do you get what I mean? 70% of a 2 minutes video is still like 1 minute watch time. So yes, you've done the Mr. Beast thing and you got 1 minute watch time, but YouTube is still going to treat it per watch time and prioritize it in the level of, oh well, this video kept people here for 1 minute. It's different from a video that keep people here for 6 minutes, even if that's the 10% of the video. YouTube will still prioritize the 6 minutes video. Now YouTube does not like to admit this, and even when I had the chat with GPT and he tried to do the politically correct thing, I was like, yes, YouTube, you think of the process holistically, which means everything. YouTube considers all of it, the click-through rates, and so many others that YouTube doesn't even tell you, and tiny signals. But it cannot deny the fact that its top priority is the watch time. Why? Because the priority of YouTube is to keep people on YouTube. So whatever keeps people on YouTube the most gets the most attention. Doesn't matter how many percent of the actual video that was. And this is an example of it. 30% retention, but 30% retention, but 10 minutes watch time, which is the average view duration. And I will not say watch time again, I will say average view duration, because that's the terminology YouTube uses in the analytics to talk about it. It's the average view duration is 10 minutes. So this video has, on average, have kept people for at least 10 minutes on YouTube. YouTube is like, fucking hell, send it to more. YouTube is not thinking, yeah, but there was 20 others. This is not a contest. This is not a quiz where they're like, how many percent of your video will people watch? We don't care. How long will you keep people on the platform? That doesn't sound like the most reasonable thing. That's why YouTube will never bring it from that angle. But it's the first metric they show you. When they even show you 1/10, they don't even show you the percentage because they don't have enough space. They just show you the click-through rates and average view duration. They don't show you much about the percentage viewed. Nobody's hiding this, but somehow the popularity of Mr. Beast's 70-80% retention became like a thing that people started trying to seek out for. You understand? And people started looking at how many percentage viewed. People started looking at a bunch of other things. The most important thing is what is the average view duration? How long did they spend watching your video? Which brings you to another aspect. Wait, how long they spend watching your video determines how much push your video is going to get. That means even if I get 100% retention for a 5 minutes video, maybe I should have gotten 30% retention on a 30 minutes video. Because that will mean 10 minutes. That is why Dream worked. Even though that was hard to replicate, or nobody paid attention to Dream's formula, and nobody ever did that for whatever reason, including gamers. No really mainstream popular person adapted that. Everybody stuck with Mr. Beast 8 to 10 minutes and tried to get 80% retention, whatever. Dream worked because the videos were 50 minutes long, and so even if he got 30% retention, for him that would be like 20 minutes. He was keeping people on YouTube. You understand? Once again, it's a holistic approach of everything. Click-through rate, average view duration, average percentage viewed, fucking likes, dislikes, even though they say that doesn't matter, still matters, but tiny. They just matter. There's billions of signals the algorithm is using that everything is beginning to matter in different levels, but the top being click-through rate, average view duration, average percentage viewed. But nothing matters like how long your video keeps people on YouTube. You understand? And so that becomes a factor to consider in your approach. Because so basically that's what you want to prompt your brain. Just tell your brain, I want to keep people on long. And the target, so what I did was I used this video as an example. The video is skyrocketing, more than 2 million views in less than a week. That's the fastest. This is more than 2 million in less than a week. And look at the average percentage viewed. 30% retention is what it has. And it's the most viewed video probably in the history of the brand, not just the channel itself. Join all the other channels. in terms of performance. Why? Because no video has kept people watching for 10 minutes. Because the videos are usually 10 minutes, and there's no way everybody will watch to the end.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes is the typical length of the videos. There's never been a video that has ever been posted across any channel of the brand where everybody that click watch to the end of the full 10 minutes, which means there's never been an average video duration of 10 minutes. For the first time ever, there's an average video. For the first time, this is the video that has kept people on YouTube the longest for this brand. You understand?
Yes.
So using that, which coincidentally happened to be 10, a good number, I was like, so that's it. An important metric to keep in mind is it might not be easy at first, but it's just what I'm keeping at the back of my mind. I want my videos to have an average video duration of 10 minutes versus thinking retention.
Yes.
What does that mean? That means my videos have to first of all be up to 10 minutes.
Yes.
Then more than 10 minutes. Then potentially more than 10 minutes enough when I start to learn how long people can watch me and how much when I start looking at the graph and seeing how much I can keep people's attention. I'm like, oh, so this is it. So maybe if I spread this across fucking 50 minutes and they only give me 10% of their attention from beginning to end, that's going to still be 10 minutes. And as long as it's 10 minutes, I'm going to get the treatment of 10 minutes, regardless of the fact that the click-through rate is 9. Was 9 as when I saw it, which is not that high, which is cool, but there are the 12s and 13s and the 15s are where you know the video. So the click-through rate is not that high. The average percentage view is not that high. People are not that interested in this video, contrary to what you're thinking, right?
Yeah.
But the people who have shown the interest have spent a lot of time that YouTube continues to find people like them. And the video now starts to outperform. And that's why you look at those set of videos like, they have this weird performance they're having because it's not based on trends, it's not based on, it's regular viewers. The few that care now matter.
Yes.
Think about it. If you show the video to 50 people, right? And only 15 or 20 people care about you. So those ones just come and go. The other 20 watch to not even to the end. Just scan through.
Yeah.
Then they end up giving you 10 minutes. You understand?
Yeah.
Let's say 30 people care enough to just go through and get 10 minutes. Then if you become average video duration becomes 10 minutes. So even though you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the magic behind longer videos. But I'm explaining this because you don't want to think of it in just like, you don't want to think of it economically. Like, if I make longer videos, I make more money, I get more views. No. I like to think like a scientist, and you think of everything like science. That way you're able to create, recreate, manipulate, adjust.
Yeah.
And so that's just, when I went and looked at that just resets. For some reason it just hit me. And I'm like, wait, I know this, we know this. We just don't talk about it, let alone enough.
Yeah.
Because, and it's largely, I was able to pin it down to the sources of Beast Reacts and Mr. Beast. 2021, Mr. Beast just started talking heavily about the percentage of retention he gets, and that made everybody just start chasing that because, oh, that's what makes Mr. Beast go viral. Now people started confirming that it was working. What do I mean by that? Because the length of their video was synonymous to the length of Mr. Beast's video. So if they got 80% retention, well, they were getting whatever watch time Mr. Beast was getting, and they were getting the result for that. So not that was wrong, but they're not thinking of it in a limited way. Of just like, oh, percentage video. Then that then became a factor. Like, so a person who tried 20 minutes video got 30% retention. I was like, no, never again. Let me just go back to my 8 minutes. Let me keep getting 70% retention. But on an 8 minutes video, 70% retention is not even up to 8 minutes average video duration. Which means YouTube will prioritize the video with the more, once again, average video duration. They might not admit this, and they might claim, no, as long as your video, yes, but you are going to, we're not saying you're not going to push that video. The video is performing well, so you push it. But priority will be the one that has kept people for 10 minutes. Over the one that kept people for 7 minutes. Regardless of, yes, this video is satisfying, because I know they'll bring out the whole, no, they focus on satisfaction. If people enjoy it and watch through to the end and you had like 80% attention, YouTube is going to promote it. True. But clearly not as much as the one that keep people for 10 minutes. That's the point we're making. But the YouTube will not say that because then people will misread it. Because people are weird and have a weird way of interpreting things. They will now read it as YouTube is biased to older, longer videos. No, YouTube is not biased to longer videos. It's just the reality that the longer a video keeps people on the platform, the more likely they are to push it. Why? More ads. Think about it. You think of ads. There's a tendency to think of it from the creator's perspective. And you figure YouTube is excited when you fucking load up ads in that video. YouTube is so happy with this. Like, oh, thank you. Keep doing this, but we're not going to say it. Why? Because it's more ads, like more reach for their brand, this thing, more money. More money for you is always more money in YouTube's pocket, more in their pocket than even you. But it's easy to forget the creators and think like, oh, YouTube, that's why it's making YouTube don't want to succeed. It's funny. The more fucking creators they are, the more stupid their money is. They are like, not up to 10,000 creators that are like huge in our space, not in our space, on the platform that are like super huge. And people think YouTube don't want new people. No, YouTube is down. If there are 1 million creators making $1 million, do you know how much YouTube is making? For you to get to $1 million, YouTube has to have passed $1 million. So imagine 1 million. That's more billions for them. That's literally why they are doing the creator this thing. They want to make money from the creator. They are not joking. Now they are trying to keep people on the platform, and now you can now buy merch from clicking directly on the platform. So creators don't have to start over promoting another website, even though it's their own, to keep people. They are making membership more attractive for creators with the premium design, so that you stop creating your own Maverick Club and this. They want you to do your business here, so they can take what they are taking, and that's what the game is about. So, anyways, so that just becomes this thing in the back of my mind is, in an ideal world, I want, and looking at it, I want first on the basic level, entry level, I want 10 minutes average view duration. You understand? Now at the beginning, I might not be able to get that, to be able to hold people, make a video long enough that after I struggle with people's attention, it forms 10 minutes of average video duration. I'm not going to, but at least I know that. That's what I'm aiming for. Versus I'm just aiming for 70% retention or this. No, I want to keep people on the platform for 10 minutes. That's what I want. I want on average my videos to keep people on the platform for 10 minutes. I don't care how long those videos are. 2 hours, 7 hours, 10 minutes, 12 minutes. It doesn't matter. I just want to get to figure out how can I keep people watching on average 10 minutes. If that means making the video 30 minutes, if that means making it 10 minutes, which you will never be making it 10 minutes, nobody's going to make 10 minutes video and keep people watching for 10 minutes. It's just the reality of human behavior. You understand? So that's a very key thing. That it's not a secret. It's just an overshadowed truth. It has been overshadowed by other more seemingly gratifying metrics like CTR and like retention and the whole fucking buzz retention talk that people don't even understand. Just retention. Look at this retention curve. What the heck? Look at the retention curve. And now look at the views. In fact, they say look at the watch time. 290,000 more than usual. that's almost every watch time. There, like 300,000 more watch time than usual. They even come and explain holding the attention of people who regularly watch it. I think are more likely to be recommended to viewers watching similar videos to consider checking the more this video go. Blah, blah, blah. But look at the retention. It's not one that somebody posts on Twitter to brag. So imagine you're in the bragging race and people are just posting their graph. You're like, oh, my graph doesn't look good. Let me not post it. But if they knew how much I was making, how much views I was getting, you understand? Now, does not mean you want to make. And also, it's not because you got views like I got views anyways. No, I'm not talking about views, because views means people just click. People just click. It counts as views. What you're able to keep there for 10 minutes. Kudos. Your own video, even though it was only keeping people on the platform, it's not a sexy thing. That's why I say when YouTube will not present it like that. Because it sounds like, so it's just about keeping people long enough. How about the person that I made my 8 minutes work of art and most people watch almost to the end? Cool. But YouTube will prioritize the people who keep people on the platform more. Think of it like a platform, an entertainment platform. It is the performer that keeps people watching the longest that will prioritize pushing him and putting him on the banner. Now, whether he's keeping people the longest because his own session is 1 hour and people tend to stay for 30 minutes, it doesn't matter. As long as he's keeping people the longest, there's no way to fake average view duration. They actually, on average, people watch for 10 minutes. You understand? So that's the mentality. It's like, how long can we keep people watching? But now, so when you now think of that, then you now have all the nuances that come with that. How long is the video? How engaging the video? How do you plan the video? All of that then comes in when you're thinking, I want to make this video. How long do I want to keep people watching this video? Don't say all true. On average, people are not going to watch everything. You understand? So don't say all true. Instead, say how many minutes. How many minutes do you think if you keep them people watching on this platform, they'll get? A good example you see here is 10 minutes. You keep people watching for 10 minutes on average, then you're going to get good recommendation from the video. So the question becomes, how do we get people watching? Say we want to do a video. Oh, banned Amazon, for example. How do we get people watching our banned Amazon products for 10 minutes? Then you now start to brainstorm if you want to work with GPT, if you want to do think anything. You're now figuring out, okay, maybe if the video was long, maybe if we make the video fast-paced, maybe if we start with fast-paced to get them through this, you're now thinking. But the thing you're thinking is, I want people to watch for 10 minutes. Now in the beginning that's going to be difficult because the amount of things you need to do is not going to be, and that's not the stress I want to put myself in the beginning. I want to make sure we get going. First. You don't want to try to make the craziest, most perfect, whatever. You want to get going first. Which is why you saw me take off the go toilet thing. I wasn't going to deal with the stress of this guy, whatever. I'm like, fuck it, out. Nothing. I know when to say out, even though I go hard. So yeah, the priority is to get going. But as we get going, we have at the back of our mind that, hey, if we can keep it for 10 minutes, that would be super cool. YouTube is going to like that. You understand? Where you start to see the role of the holistic approach is in a scenario where you have 5 people, brand new channel, 30 minutes video, 5 people click, right? And like 2 of them, and then the average video duration is 10 minutes. Keeping 2 people on the platform for 10 minutes doesn't amount for much for YouTube. So it's not just how long you keep people on the platform, it's how many people you are keeping for that long. That's where click-through rate comes to play. It's not like how many people even clicked before we now talk about how long they watched. You see, that's why I said that they all come into play, even satisfaction, all that. I'm just saying that the priority, the most important one is how long did you keep them on the platform. Then we'll now talk about how many people you kept on the platform for that long. You understand? How long did you keep people on the platform, and how many people did you keep on the platform for that long? But starting with how long you keep people on the platform. If you, it's by starting with it's almost immediately. I'm just saying like the most important metric is, or the most important metric is how many people you get to click and how long you keep them. You understand? Versus how many percent, blah 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 blah. Is how long you keep them. This is not CTR versus AVD debate. This is AVD versus average view percentage debate. You understand? So how many the CTR helps? How many people did you get to click? How many people did you bring into the video? And how long, on average, did they watch? You understand? So CTR and AVD, not a new fucking mystery, but just not talked about enough. Even though everybody kind of knows that. For some people start thinking, oh, my retention graph, because they're talking about using your retention graph to learn about the viewer behavior in the video. People then instead just wanting to see a flat retention graph and see 70%, even if that meant less.